Welcome students. This is an initiative taken by the Directorate of Higher Education, Government of Goa for the preparation of e-content learning for the subject of economics. Today we are going to cover Phillips curve, trade-off between inflation and unemployment, and the sacrifice ratio. My name is Delicia Pereira. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Economics at Father Ragnall College of Arts and Commerce. We are going to learn the Phillips curve along with the sacrifice ratio. Learning outcomes. The students will understand the concept of Phillips curve along with the concept of sacrifice ratio. So what is the Phillips curve? The Phillips curve examines the relationship between two different variables, that is, the rate of unemployment and the rate of money wage changes. Now, it can be seen that there is an inverse relationship between these two variables. That means they change in two different directions. When the level of unemployment is high, it means that people do not have jobs. The rate of increase in money wage is low. Workers are not willing to work at low rates. Hence, you find that there is unemployment in the nation. When the unemployment level is low, people do have jobs and people are working. Here, the rate of increase in money wage is high. The demand for labor is high, which is why people are working, and the employers are willing to give them higher wage rates. The nature of business activity. In a period of rising business activity, the unemployment level falls. This means that people are having jobs and they are working. There is an increase in demand for labor and hence employers are willing to give them a raise or an increase in their wages. Conversely, in a period of falling business activity, what happens? The unemployment rate is rising. That means people are losing their jobs or they are not having jobs. Here, the demand for labor is decreasing, and if there is no demand for labor, employers are not going to grant them wage increase, which means the money will be less. Rather, there will be a reduction in wages. Now, we need to remember this one thing. Workers and trade unions do not accept when the wages fall down. They want their wages to at least be maintained if not increased. So, employers are definitely forced to dismiss or fire the workers, and this leads to high levels of unemployment in the nation. Let us look at this diagram. You have two axes, the x-axis and the y-axis. Unemployment rate is measured on the x-axis and money wage is measured on the y-axis. The Phillips curve looks like this. It is a downward sloping curve. At 2% of wage rate, the unemployment rate is 3%. Now, if you increase the money wage to 4%, we reach to point C, wherein the unemployment level is 2%. So, what is the difference between point B and point C? At point B, the money wage paid is 2% increase and the unemployment level is at 3%. Once the money wage is increased to 4%, we find that the unemployment rate is 2%. So, the unemployment rate decreases, hence the inverse relationship between the two. So, there is a trade-off, that means a negative relationship when one increases the other falls between the rate of change in money wage and the rate of unemployment. This means that when wages are high, the unemployment rates are low and vice versa. Let us move on to sacrifice ratio. What is sacrifice ratio? The sacrifice ratio is an economic ratio which measures the effect of rising and falling inflation on the country's output. So, we all know that inflation causes certain problems and difficulties in the economy. So, the sacrifice ratio tends to measure that. there are costs associated with the slowing down of economic output due to a drop in inflation. Now, when the inflation level falls, that means the prices are coming down, companies and producers do not have an incentive to produce more. If the prices are high, producers will wish to produce more. But since the inflation level is dropping and the prices are coming down, producers don't feel like producing more because they are not going to get high profits. In this case, the companies or producers will cut back production and overall supply will fall. The ratio measures the loss in output per 1% change in inflation. So, how much of output is lost because there is a 1% change in inflation? By examining a country's historic sacrifice ratios, that is the sacrifice ratios in the past, a government can predict what effect their policies will have on the country's output. The formula of sacrifice ratio is as follows: cost of production losses divided by the percentage change in inflation. Supposing inflation is becoming a problem in the country, the central bank can definitely cool down the economic growth by reducing inflation. So, the government can opt for a measure where they raise or increase the interest rates. In doing so, they can control spending because people are going to be more happier to place their money for savings. If the interest rate is increased, there will be more of savings, and when the money is kept as savings, that money is not spent. Hence, inflation can be controlled. Thus, a sacrifice ratio measures the cost of lowering economic production as a percentage of the change in inflation. This is good because it helps the central banks to decide what to do about their monetary policies, which can either stimulate or slow down the economies. And historic sacrifice ratios can be used to guide for further policy making. These are certain links and even a textbook for further references. Thank you.